All right, hey everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading the Markets. I am your host, Vays, coming to you live. It is 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Markets have been open for a few hours in the Bitcoin markets, and I'm assuming the stock markets are on fire. So let's just go straight to the charts and take a look. Feel way better today. Had cold for like 24 hours. Let's go straight to the weekly chart. This is the key. This is huge. I really wanted us to have a bigger pullback, but what I want and what we get are very different things. So we always have to be prepared for all the situations. The good news is simple. The good news is that we've broken the high from 2 weeks ago. That's great. It would have been better had we pulled back further before breaking it, but break it we did. The bad news is that we are right at resistance. The other way we could have gotten here was by not going up so much on the first week of January and slowly moving into this area, and then we would have coincided with an MRI top. But the MRI top is what we're still going to get in a couple of weeks. And we are sitting right now at triple resistance. And in 2 weeks, we're going to probably be at an MRI top as well. But that MRI top could come at, say, 30,000, in which case this triple resistance will now act as support. Now, for now, we have to just, gauge the situation as is. And you guys know one of the tone-based rules. I don't chase, okay? We are in a 40% bullish position. We did not take any profit here. We came back to a reasonable support line, but we reversed super quickly and moved up super fast. And I am waiting for one more candle. I would rather be a little bit late than too early. And we're already in a bullish trade for 40%. So it's not like I'm missing out. Therefore, I will wait till one more candle and I will get in next candle. And as you can start, the moment we break this line, I expect us to go higher. I just didn't expect us to break this thing in 24 hours because just a little while ago, 3 days ago, we were sitting down here. Let's go to the daily chart. 3 days ago, we were sitting at 21.5, and we're now at 25. We broke 25 this morning. The high was 25,262. And we did that in basically 3 days, with the bulk of the move coming in yesterday. And let's see how we do today. Again, on a daily chart, I was really looking for one more pullback, and I did not take the MRI buy seriously enough. And the reason why I didn't take it seriously enough is because it was happening within consolidation. And I just don't like MRIs within consolidation, or maybe I should reverse that view on the MRI buys. And those that trade the MRI independently of my ideas of the MRI probably bought in on this MRI and reversal candle, even though it's not really a reversal candle because it's not happening at the low. It made a low, but it didn't happen at the low. Those are the difference. That's the big difference. We broke the MRI resistance line. We broke whatever line that was. That was a small resistance line. Not really, though. I don't even know why I have that line there. I'm not sure why I put it there. And the daily chart is looking great. It's looking great. Now, remember, I have been projecting the daily to have a huge upswing once we broke this MRI resistance line at 23,000. We broke that last month, but we had a pullback, and now we've broken it again, but second time breaking it doesn't matter. We have not broken an MRI resistance line in a long time. The last time we broke it was over a year ago, and it was looking great until it got rejected by the 200-day moving average on the daily and an MRI second consecutive top. That took place in March of 2022 at $50,000, and shit hit the fan for Bitcoin. Now things are looking great. We are breaking 25K, which was the prior high back in August of 2022. This looks perfect. Like I said, the only thing that concerns me a little bit is the inability to properly pull back. I don't really care that the volume is so low. It's not my concern. My concern is that the pullback was not very sufficient. But we're about to cross another moving average with the 128 going above the 200, and then all the moving averages will be aligned. The hour allocation chart, I mean, that 3-day moving average is really took a sharp 90-degree turn there, and it's looking great. Everything's looking great. I have my moderator sending me stuff. I really hope I don't have audio problems. Hold on, let me see. Moderators. Look, there isn't always an explanation as to why the pump. My biggest thing is the stock market. Let's take a look. So, why am I coughing all of a sudden? I found an old Bitcoin bug. Shout out to Barbie Buys Dips. This is her brand. I'm not sure if she's watching. So the stock market is struggling to break this MRI resistance line. I believe break it will. If not tomorrow, then next week. Why is Bitcoin pumping while the stock market is struggling? Well, I guess it could be decoupling. It could also be making up for the big crash that the Bitcoin market did, while the stock market. Well, let me align these things properly. November should be here. Okay, here we go. Now they're aligned. So you can see right here in early November, stock market kept rising, but because of FTX, Bitcoin markets crashed. And then they stayed down here again because no one knew what was happening with FTX. The stock market rose, and then the stock market kind of stayed up there, but it never went below these lows. Now we're kind of in line. The stock market is on the verge of breaking its August top. And you can see how Bitcoin also topped in mid-August. So the Bitcoin market was kind of correlated with the stock market right here. Throughout January, stock market was rising, so was Bitcoin. Bitcoin rose faster because it had to make up for the FTX drop. And now Bitcoin has just broken out today, and the stock market might break out tomorrow or the day after. I have no idea what regulations happen in Hong Kong. I know that stable coins, the use of stable coins by American regulated exchanges is in trouble. And that caused a little bit of a concern. Had to sneeze there. Sorry about that. Okay. So, looking at your live chat, not much. All right, so let's go on. Hourly chart. Well, whatever happened last hour, I have no idea. I'm not sure what news broke last hour. I probably should have been in Spaces this morning. I have no idea what news broke. I was just working. And we're pulling back now. And again, I don't chase. I don't rush. I'd rather let the information absorb. And I'm happy to go into a bullish, add to my bullish position in a couple of days, or probably Monday, when the new week begins. Hey guys, before I go on, the Financial Summit is an event for traders, money managers, financial services, and we are, why isn't the video playing? And we are back in the UAE with an incredible venue out in the desert. So it's super cool. Let me refresh that. There we go, much better. That was our Dominican Republic venue. This was, I think that was also the Dubai venue. Our trading contest, this was Dominican Republic. We're gonna do another one of these that's gonna have Bali scenes as well. Really cool place, and you get to meet incredible people in the world of trading and investing. Unconfiscatable is coming back to Las Vegas in December. More people are buying tickets. You can see how many tickets are left at current prices. And after that, once we sell this many tickets, prices will rise once again. So jump on it soon. Very few carnivory tickets left, actually. We'll have one more round at like $350. And then that's it. It's an exclusive dinner with the speakers. Follow us on all kinds of social media. And I think I talked about this tweet in the last video. I'm not going to talk about it much again today. Oh, no, not this tweet. But follow the Financial Summit Twitter handle. We're going to be doing another Spaces probably this Sunday. Okay, let's go to the traditional market, see what's going on. Well, also GBTC discount. If this rally continues, you will see GBTC discount slowly trend towards zero. Hopefully, the sooner the better. I am bullish on oil from a fundamental perspective this year, but the chart is not very interesting, except the monthly chart. The monthly chart will have an MRI buy next month, and we're just 2 weeks away. Gold. Let's see if gold's rallying. Oh, nope, that's not gold. That's natural gas. Gold is not rallying. While Bitcoin is rallying, gold is still going down. You guys see by this red arrow, I deleted the green arrow, which I had over here, in favor of the red arrow because we broke the prior swing low. What happens when you break the prior swing low? Well, we go down. That's my style of trading. Everyone has theirs. Stock market, the weekly chart is not bad. We're creating a new floor. We're letting the moving averages catch up. This is the weekly version of the stock market. And next week, if we make a new high, we're very likely to create a bullish trade off of the Arun. And as you guys know, the Arun gave us an incredible position trade on a weekly scale back in August of 2020. RSI still has room to the upside. MACD has plenty of room to the upside. Everything's looking great. The daily chart of the S&P looks like it's ready to break a very critical resistance line. That's the NASDAQ. Not much to say on the NASDAQ. I think it'll have to catch up once the bull market sets in. Unfortunately, I did not get my perfect buying opportunity in Bitfarms for the second time. So I'll have to stay patient and see what happens next. I am bullish on the dollar, and I don't care if the dollar is rising. The stock market can rise with the dollar, and Bitcoin can rise with the dollar. You know, the US dollar is going to hit very critical resistance right here at 105. But I am bullish on the dollar because I am bearish on Europe. I am bearish on anything and everything Europe. The only country I really like in West Europe is Portugal these days. I went there recently, really enjoyed it. But I can't see myself living or moving to Europe, but Asia or South America, sure. I'm in Panama right now. Our economic indicators, where are they? Here we go. Today is Thursday. I don't know why these are lit. Oh, these already happened. We're already past 10:30 a.m. So today's Thursday. We had the PPI numbers. That could be it. But they didn't come in very well. The producer price index is a little high there. And the job numbers weren't great. Sorry, the housing numbers weren't great. I don't know why I said job numbers. And tomorrow, nothing really important happening tomorrow. Though the job numbers came in okay. Not too many initial claims. Oh, I haven't looked at the oil in a while. The siphoning of the US Strategic Oil Reserve. It's been a while since I looked at that. By the way, Bitcoin halving. Look at this. Right now, blocks are being found every 7.3 minutes. And if blocks are continued to be found every 7.3 minutes, the halving will take place like almost in 2023. Like it's possible that we are less than a year away from the halving already. But if we use an average time of 10 minutes, the halving is at the end of April. So it's super, super interesting. The big disparity. This is a 3 or a 4-month disparity here. January 4th versus April 30th. So the halving is going to be somewhere in between, and it's very likely to happen sooner than later. It's not going to happen as soon as January, but I can certainly see early March for the halving. So it's very difficult to calculate what the halving is. Well, I know in 2 weeks, it will self-adjust back to 10 minutes. Right. But if fairly quickly within a few days, it's back to like 8 minutes, that's suddenly the halving is sooner again. Right. A lot of miners are coming back online. And remember, as price rises, more and more miners are going to come online. I know the difficulty gets harder, but more miners come online. This is the earliest I've seen it. Usually this is like in February or early March. But now it's 7.3. Is Bitcoin NFTs bullish for Bitcoin? I think it's bullish for Bitcoin. It doesn't mean that it's good for the Bitcoin block size. But I certainly think it's bullish for Bitcoin price. Like, how do you argue that it's not bullish for Bitcoin price, right? Like, look at Ethereum. Look at the shitcoin known as Ethereum. Shitcoins. Let me see. So Ethereum was benefited by all the shit built on top of it. So if you build all the same shit on top of Bitcoin, of course it's going to benefit the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin purists out there that hate the fact that anything happens on Bitcoin, they may not like it, but it's certainly bullish for the Bitcoin price. I wouldn't say Ethereum is ready to pop higher. Ethereum is holding steady. But in isolation, if I drop all of these drawings, I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's just as likely to fall down as it is to go up. I can adjust this a bit. I can adjust this as well. It's not great, but I don't know what happened. Not sure what happened there. Let's go back to the screen share. So I can easily make the argument that once we reach this apex, oh, no idea what that is. We're going to drop from there. Can happen. I expected us to drop here, kind of hung in there for a while. Right, any other shit coins to glance at? Doge, that looks bad. This looks very ugly. Looks very, very ugly. Sorry, Elon Musk. That's an ugly looking chart. Monero. So Monero, was enjoying a nice rise. And oops, what happened? 30% down versus Bitcoin. Yeah, sorry for your loss. Not really, though. So now you're back to the same price it was back in July. Tops. Wow. Every time Monero hits a weekly MRI top, look how it pulls back. Right now, it's in the middle of a 30% pullback. Over here, it fell 15% in just a single week. And over here, it fell 30% over a few weeks. So the MRI has been very useful. We've just broken all the moving averages. You still have plenty of room till the MRI buy comes in. And, oh boy, you don't want to know what happens if Monero hits the new low versus Bitcoin. A new swing low here. But you are sitting at support if we rebound this week. Litecoin. Litecoin is actually doing well. I don't know why or how. But Litecoin will eventually die because it will hit a mining death spiral. If you guys don't know what a mining death spiral is, you see Litecoin has to maintain a doubling in its price every 4 years. And if it can't do it, there will be less miners on the network. So if you go back 8 years, so we're in 2023. So if you go back 8 years to 2015, it's still doing okay. But what happens when 8 years goes by and the price of Litecoin is 100, when 8 years earlier, it used to be 300? Who the hell is going to be mining Litecoin, right? Like 8 years since this year, right? Since the 2017 pump. So let's say 2026. So if in 2026, that's 8 years since Litecoin spent an entire year above $100. Do you really think Bitcoin is going to be less than $17,000 in 2026? Of course not, right? Bitcoin is going to be way higher. It's already way higher than, and we're only in 2023. But for Litecoin, its mining will die because the price can't keep up with the halvings. Litecoin is down. This is in dollar terms, not even versus Bitcoin. See, Litecoin is down 75% from 2017. It's also still down 80% from the more recent one, but it's the 2017 one, right? That's when the hype came. Bitcoin is up like 25% since 2017. Litecoin is down 75% since 2017. We look at it versus Bitcoin. Its all-time high versus Bitcoin came in 2014. So I don't understand how people believe that this is something, right? This is, while you can believe that you're going to break this trend line and go up, I will take the under. You're not going to, you may break this trend line for a daily spike like this, a monthly spike like this, whatever. But I don't think you're ever breaking this MRI resistance line. Probably not even this one. And once you go make a new low, well, I mean, I guess it can go into the negatives. B trash flow. Binance Coin's in trouble. This was the darling that was better than Bitcoin, remember? Oh. Oh. Binance Coin versus Bitcoin is down 30% as well. That's not good. In dollar terms, well, this one doesn't have mining, so it doesn't have that problem. Can't wait for Cardano to be negative. The problem with Cardano is that it has 800 gazillion coins. So if you think you're buying something cheap at half a penny, it's stupid because there's like 300 gazillion coins and one person owns half of them. Oh, new lows for Tezos. Who had new lows for Tezos for 100? What is this? This is Zcash? No, it's not Zcash. Is it Zcash? It is Zcash. But it's Zcash versus Ethereum. Why is it Zcash versus Ethereum? I don't know why. I don't have an explanation for that. Did this scam die yet? What is this? Remember these scams? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like 0.0000. You remember the people that were pushing this shit? God, people are just stupid. What is this? Verge. Verge coin. Who remembers Verge coin? Why is this even on my list? I need to remove this shit. I remember Link. Remember the Link scam? How is this still alive? Oh, I can't wait till it breaks this low. That's going to be a whole new world of hurt. I hope people are still buying this so they can go completely broke and not be able to afford internet. How much is this shit in dollars? $7. Wasn't this thing like 80 at one point? 54. Still too expensive. Such a useless project. It's insane. Who remembers the IOTA scam? Wasn't MIT pushing this garbage? Internet of Things. Everything is going to run on the IOTA blockchain. There it is. There it is, trending to zero. About to go to new all-time low. It's impressive to go to a new all-time low. Solana. Oh, that rallied into a moving average and got rejected. Oh man, once it breaks the MRI support line, ooh. Tron. You know, Tron is actually being used because of Tether, because no one seems to migrate Tether over to the liquid sidechain yet. Eventually, everyone will be using the liquid sidechain for Tether. Is Shiba still alive? Jesus. B-Trash. How is B-Trash doing? Almost at new all-time lows. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the misery of anyone that's long-term invested into any shitcoin. It rallied off the MRI buy, but this one didn't help. And this thing put a fork in this shit. This will also hit a mining death spiral. See, this thing has to keep up with price. Price has to keep up with mining, and it can't. What was the price low? What was the ultimate price low on this garbage? Price low was $96. I thought it was lower at some point. No, it was right here, $78. But that was in December 2018 when Bitcoin was 3K. Imagine, you're gonna break this low, you're gonna go below $80 again, but Bitcoin is gonna be like 100K, but this thing is gonna be $80. I'm not even gonna look at. Oh wow, how many shitcoins do I have here? Filecoin. More garbage, more garbage. Not gonna go anywhere. Look at that. New lows against Bitcoin again. And what the hell is Matic? Oh, that's a new one, right? So anything new is gonna pump. Anything new is gonna pump. It's the same scammers pumping this shit. So this looks bullish as hell. I guess the days of Binance are over. Matic is where it's at. Super bullish chart. Boom. The first one, the first shitcoin on this list that's actually bullish. Ethereum's maybe. Ethereum's 50-50, right? But this list is old. Like, I'm not adding new scams to this list. So these are old scams. So old scams do bad. Here's Dash. Oh, wow. That's impressive. Jesus. Oh, this one is actually short-term bullish because it broke the prior swing high and it broke the MRI resistance line. But it fell so much that it's just another death cat bounce. It's not going to break this high. It's not going to break this. It's going to hit the long-term moving average and go back down. So it's bullish, but very short-term. Like very short-term. But Matic looks strong. It's got to break that line though. There it is. I'm not going to pull up the other shitcoins, but I don't even know why I went through this list. Okay, do we want to have a laugh? Do we really want to have a laugh? Oh, almost new lows. Almost new lows. I love seeing all-time lows. All-time lows are the best when it comes to shitcoins. Oh, maybe we should watch this. Look at that. I may go to a, look at that, almost new low. What about the daily? How about the daily chart? New daily low close. Come on, baby. New daily low close. I'm going to get this just right. Right there. That's what we're aiming for. Right there, but it's not a straight line. I can hold shift key. There it is. There is the daily low close. Let's go back to the weekly. Almost there. Almost there. That's the daily low close. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Highlight of the day. I can't say the name of this, right? Because I don't want to get sued. Beautiful chart. The coin that shall remain nameless is doing amazing. All right. Coinbase stock? Yeah, we can go take a look at Coinbase stock. I mean, it's decent. I just don't want to support Coinbase. I'd rather buy Bitfarms. I'd rather support Bitfarms. Where is it? Or Canaan. Man, really wanted us to pull back some more. That's a weekly scale. Here's the daily scale. Yeah, I didn't look at Neo. I'm sure it looks like shit. I skipped that one. I have Neo here somewhere. Yeah, boom. It hit its. See, they try to rise, but they can't. That's daily. Oh yeah, there it is. New all-time low, right? New all-time low? Yes, new all-time low. There it is. There's the MRI support line. We rallied off of it with an MRI warning, and that's it. It's over. Done. Put a fork in this thing. Down we go. Done. Done. Very ugly chart indeed. Had an MRI top right here. Boom, down we go. Little rally here in October, little rally here in January, and it's over. Moderators, any questions? Oh, damn, a lot of questions. What would Tyler James think of all this mess we were in? I would, I really wish Tyler was still alive. I would have him on the podcast all the time. I don't, ordinals are not good or bad. Like, it's neither. It is what it is. I don't have a problem with ordinals. They're paying for the block space. I think they're silly, but like, I'm not going to stop anybody from doing it. I would advise people that it's better to use the liquid sidechain for instead of ordinals, but it's up to them. Eventually, they will start using the liquid sidechain. Well, Roku will certainly survive the bear market. Look at that. What happened? Earnings? Well, Roku is clearly surviving. Look at that beautiful earnings announcement. Amazing. Wow, this stock is up big. Yeah, it's up 30%. That's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, they're surviving the bear market just fine. Since the beginning of the year, this is what I mean. Tech stocks are going to come up. Roku should be in the Nasdaq. I mean, the thing is up 100% since December. It's doing great. Look at that beautiful MRI buy. Anyone watching this took the Roku trade off the MRI buy? We do have the notification service. I don't promote it enough. Let me see if I can log into it still. We have the notification service. I really need to talk about this more. We're going to start doing videos on the Financial Summit YouTube channel. I mean, you could have set an alert for Roku. You can try this for free. It is a paid service. Just go to tradingmri.com. This is signals.tradingmri.com. You can also do tradingmri.com. And try the service for free for a few weeks. Oh yeah, the oil reserve. Let me see what's happening here. See, they're afraid to buy oil. They stopped siphoning the oil off. Looks like a month ago. Right here was the last time. They stopped this year, but they're not buying. They're not refreshing the strategic oil reserve. They have flattened the curve, and they left the oil reserve half the barrels that they had before. And they're probably going to do this again so that when a Republican gets elected in 2024, he'll have no strategic oil. Incredible. But I gotta say, like, it's a good plan. It's a good plan to screw the Republicans. All right, back to the live chat. No, Bitcoin mining is not at risk of a death spiral as long as Bitcoin doubles in price every 4 years. And if you don't think Bitcoin will double in price every 4 years on average, you're crazy. It will double in price every 4 years. I'm pretty certain of that. It will. It may fall 90% along the way somewhere. But yes, as long as Bitcoin is doubling in price every 4 years, Bitcoin will not hit a mining death spiral. But there's multiple reasons why it won't hit a mining death spiral besides that, is that people actually need Bitcoin. Nobody needs Litecoin. Nobody needs Ethereum. Nobody needs that stuff. But the world needs Bitcoin. There is a miner of last resort. Like I will be a miner of last resort. Bitcoin maxis will be miners of last resort. Bitcoin companies will be miners of last resort. There are no miners of last resort in any other shitcoin. And Ethereum doesn't even have mining anymore. They have stakers of last resort. But that's not innovative. That's just silly. White House economists said they plan to buy oil when price hits 70. Why do you think it's not hitting 70? Bitcoin USD weekly. What's the probability that we bust through the triple resistance and turn it into support in the next week? In the next week, the probability is very low. In order to turn the triple resistance into triple support, we need to hit at least $30,000. If Bitcoin does not hit 30,000 or comes close to 30,000, and not like next week, right? So there is time and price. It's super hard to explain. It is super hard to explain. So the longer it takes to get to, I'm going to use 30,000 as an average. The longer it takes to get to 30,000 as an average, the stronger 25,000 support becomes. The faster we go up, the weaker this support is. Also, the longer it takes to get to 30,000, we may not need to get to 30,000. If we're moving super slow, 28,000 is good enough. But if we're moving super fast, 30,000 is not enough. We need 32. And then it becomes strong support. So basically, if it takes 6 weeks to get to 28,000, 25,000 becomes just as strong as if it took 3 weeks to get to 32,000. Does that make sense? There's time and there's price. Also, it won't be triple resistance because the moving averages are really diverging here. This is the weekly scale, so that's the 50 period going down. The 50 period is still going down super fast, and 200 is still rising. And once we go above it, it will continue to keep rising. And then the 50 will have to turn, and this should be the 20. Let me double check on those averages. I don't want to look like an idiot. Yeah, 20, 50, 200. Exactly. All right, a few more questions. Riot stock. It shouldn't look that different than Bitfarms. How's Ferrari doing? How the hell are people still buying Ferraris? So when you talk about, oh, the world's going to go into a recession, the world's going to go into a recession, look at the stock of Ferrari. Just, it's insane. Weekly scale, okay? Ferrari's crashed going into 2022, but everyone's buying a Ferrari. Wow. Impressive. Do I have Riot on here? Do I not have Riot? I guess I don't have Riot. Surprised. No, I have to have Riot here. I guess I don't. That's so strange. So strange. Oh, Riot looks good. Oh, it looks beautiful. Ready for a breakout. Look at that perfect bottom with the MRI. Looks great, but I prefer Bitfarms. I prefer Bitfarms. Look, Riot went up 100%. Bitfarms went up way more. And Bitfarms can go up another 100%. I don't think it'll be easy for Riot to go up another 100%. Like if Bitfarms gets back to its August high, it goes up another 100%. For Riot, if Riot goes up to its August high, it only goes up 50%. So I just think Bitfarms is a better risk reward. The Russian ruble, sure. I think that so the anniversary of Russian military entering Ukraine is next week. I really want to do like a 3-hour show about Russia, Ukraine, but I'm gonna piss off so many people. Oh wow, look at that. The Russian ruble is weakening. I am a little surprised. I am surprised. I mean, it could be good for the Russian economy, but I am surprised. I would have thought it would have gone the other way. I really think the Ukrainian army is on the edge of complete collapse. Probably another month or two. They just can't sustain it. They don't have the weapons. They don't have the men. They're running out of men, basically. And Russia hasn't even deployed their 100,000 troops that they've been training since September. And yeah, I think the Ukrainian army is in serious trouble. Once Bakhmut and I don't even have that map anymore. Once Bakhmut is lost and it's about to be encircled, Ukraine is in serious trouble. What about the Turkish currency with the earthquake over there? It's been fairly stable, actually. Yeah, the 100,000 Russian troops have not been deployed anywhere yet. I don't know where you're reading your information that they've been deployed and they're dead, but there's about 5 Ukrainians die for every Russian, and Ukraine's about to run out of people because they didn't want to negotiate peace in March. So that's what happens. There's a peace deal on the table. I said back in March, I thought the peace deal was more than reasonable, but America told Ukraine not to sign, and here we are a year later. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting 6,000 dead Russians in the last week. I don't believe that number at all. Yeah, according to these numbers, Russia would have no more people. I remember when I was in high school, right? This teacher back in high school, he said when he was younger, when he was young, he was like 10, 11 or something, during the Vietnam War. And he said, he's like, yeah, I was 11 and I kept watching on the news. And every day on the news, they're telling us that 10 to 15,000 Vietnamese die every day, or some crazy number, like 40, 50,000 Vietnamese are dying every day. And he said he was like watching this for like 4 months. And then eventually he asked his dad, it's like, Dad, how many people does Vietnam have? Because he was 11, so he can add the numbers, right? Like according to the media, 3 billion people died in Vietnam, right? If you count them day by day. They were lying then, they're lying now. Any thoughts? I mean, like we all know the US blew up the pipeline. I mean, we knew that like the day after it happened. And then when Russia released the phone call from the text message from Liz Truss, I think, like it's done. Yeah, of course the US blew it up. Biden even told us he was gonna blow it up like a year earlier. Come on, we all know that. I mean, this stuff is obvious. Like you don't need to wait a year to get right information. Like you know the right information in real time. You have to pay attention to. By the way, how many of you watching me right now believe that all those Turkish earthquakes were natural versus generated? Let's see. Put like some kind of a symbol. Let's pick a symbol. Hold on, don't post yet. Put like a thumbs down if you think that the earthquake was induced to show Turkey a message with some advanced technology that countries now have. Yeah, we knew who blew up the bike. We didn't know exactly which countries were involved. Now, Turkey does sit on a very crazy tectonic plate. So there are natural earthquakes in Turkey. Like there's like two plates colliding there. It's going back to my geology degree. Hold on. Tectonic plates. Like if you look at a map of Turkey, if you look at where Turkey is. Too small. Can't see it. Right here. Here we go. Like Turkey's right here. So there's like 3 plates. There is the African plate, there's the Arabian plate, and there's the Eurasian plate. So the Arabian plate and the African plate are moving up. So Turkey is sitting on a fault right there. But we all know there's technology that can speed up the process. Yeah, go down the rabbit hole of how many Western countries evacuated their like ambassadors from Turkey like 48 hours before the whole thing happened. Somebody knew it was coming. Look, it doesn't matter what the ethnicity of the divers. It doesn't matter if the divers are from Norway, from the UK, from Israel, from Poland. It doesn't matter. The question is who made the call and who organized it, right? It was the US, it was the UK, and probably a few other countries needed to be involved. The ethnicity of the diver is irrelevant. The diver is a soldier that graduated high school and went into the military and knows how to dive real well and knows how to use explosives and is going to do what he's told. Like, I don't blame the diver that blew it up, right? It's all about who made the initial decision to do it. And we all know it was the US. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Massive daily bearish divergence. I didn't notice it. It's too early to tell. Like, we just had a spike for one day, right? So I don't like this kind of divergence. Like, I don't. If we go up 3 more days, there won't be any divergence, right? Because everything will turn back up. But I also don't know what caused this spike. So, but I'm also not rushing into a bullish trade either. We're still at resistance, guys. Don't count your chickens yet. We're still at a major triple resistance right now. Thanks, Richie. I would never buy a fiat currency. Like, it makes no sense. I disagreed with Tyler Jenks back in the day, where back here, let's go to the monthly chart. Back when we were doing videos with Tyler Jenks, and he was saying the Turkish lira is going into a hyperwave back in 2018 when we were doing videos. And I said, no, it will continue to devalue because fiat currencies only devalue against the dollar for now because the dollar is still strong. Like, I would never, ever buy the lira. Like, it's not going to go back down. Like, the Russia situation is very different. There was a panic that Russian economy was going to collapse. And they were wrong. Russian economy did not collapse. And right now, I think they're wrong as well. I think in the next month or two, Ukraine, either we're going into World War III with German tanks rolling into Russia with certain symbols on them again, and Poland is going to send their massive army. So either it's full-blown World War III, or Ukraine's going to have no choice but to surrender. And if they surrender now, they may be able to save Odessa and have Odessa be Ukraine. But I'm not sure that's going to happen either. I have to get that Ukraine live map. Ukraine live map. Is this the military map? Yeah. Guys, I said everything I said like almost a year ago now. It's taken a lot longer, but oh, what is this? I gotta look these up. Big explosion. Oh wow. Yeah, Ukraine might be creating an offensive. I gotta look this up. But where's the red territories? What happened to those? There used to be like red territories. I don't know what happened to that. How do I get that back? No. There it is. Here it is. So the gray is what Russia had, but Ukraine took back. All this gray. And so this is where Russia was at one point, but they're not there anymore. So that's back to being Ukraine territory. The red is what Russia is currently holding. And what I said long ago, if Ukraine, surrenders and signs a peace agreement, they may be able to hold on to Odessa. But otherwise, You guys know my view on this. Everything I wrote, like the last time I talked about this was a long time ago. If I do annotations and I get a red pen, I mean, I'm pretty confident that this will end up being Russian. Now, the other part gets tricky. Like that. And this part is tricky. So this is maybe. I mean, if it doesn't stop, right? Like if this keeps going. If it keeps going and NATO troops don't go in, this is what's probably going to happen. And all of this is going to be. All of this will eventually be taken. And this too. And it'll be landlocked. Clear all drawings. Or maybe like, you know, like this. But you get the general idea of it. And then like that. So all of this. I mean, you may not like it. No one's going to like it, but. Keep in mind, and a year ago, you know, Ukraine could have just given up this part, and this part, and this part, Luhansk and Donetsk, and that's it. And now they're going to take a lot more. And right here, this is the area that, where is it? Where's Bakhmut? Yeah, this right here. It's about to be encircled. I mean, so many Ukrainians are dying right here. It's crazy. So this is about to be encircled, and this area is about to be encircled. It's bad, really bad over there. But I want to look up what's going on over here. So it looks like Ukraine is firing some serious ammunition, or they sent some drones. I'm curious what happened here. Do I ever listen to Brendan O'Connell? I've never heard of Brendan O'Connell. Probability buying the dip under 24K. Yeah, I think so. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Thanks all so much for watching. How can you divide other country? Well, Ukraine has never even been a country pre-1991. So it was divided and created in 91. Ukraine was a region of the Soviet Union for 70 years, and then it became a country. So it was the lines were drawn by Khrushchev, who was technically Ukrainian, because he was from Donbass, Luhansk or Donetsk, I don't remember. And he drew the line poorly, right? He should have not put this area into Ukraine. He should have left, a different border of Ukraine. He should not have allocated Crimea to Ukraine. He should not have allocated Donbass to Ukraine. He should have left the border of Ukraine the way it was in like the 1930s, and then the war wouldn't be happening. But hey, what's done 100 years ago is done. I mean, the countries get divided all the time by other countries. Like, I don't understand how people are so brainwashed. Like, I've said this like years and years and years ago. Global borders change every single day. There is a border somewhere in the world that is changing every single day. People, for some reason, believe that these borders between countries are like transactions in the Bitcoin blockchain. They are not. They are drawn by men, and they are redrawn by men every single day. There is disputed land between America and Canada. And by the way, the day Canada doesn't do what America says, there will be no Canada. It'll all be the United States. Like, don't think that's not going to happen. I am Ukrainian. I'm half Ukrainian. Now, I'm half Ukrainian, half Russian, which prior to a year ago didn't actually matter. Well, prior to 2014 didn't actually matter. After 2014, it suddenly mattered because the United States decided to create a proxy war between Ukraine and Russia. But prior to 2014, it didn't matter. Oh yeah, Russians and Ukrainians are the same for the United States as well. Like they don't give a fuck. So it's I heard this in the very beginning, and I'm like, no, that can't be true. But now I know it's true. Like for the American government, like they actually don't see a difference in Ukrainian and Russian. They just want as many of them killed on both sides as possible. That's basically the American strategy. They all speak Russian. They all can go. It helps with our overpopulation problem. Like they don't care. They could. The American government couldn't care less how many Ukrainians actually die. To them, the Ukrainians are just more Russians. That's why the United States didn't let Ukraine sign the peace agreement in March of last year. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Did someone just say, why didn't Russia negotiate a border disagreement before invading? They did negotiate it. They negotiated it in 2015, and it was signed by Ukraine, Germany, and France that the border dispute would be resolved with an election. And then both France and Germany and Ukraine has now come out and said they never intended on resolving and do their promises. They were just dragging time to build a Ukrainian army. Like this was resolved. It's called the Minsk Agreement. Just Google it. This was like that. It was signed. It was supposed to happen in like 2016, 17, but it never did. So, because the promises of the Minsk agreement were never fulfilled, and the Ukrainian army kept getting built up, Russia eventually said, "Well, if you're not gonna, if you're not gonna do what was promised that you signed to resolve the border dispute, we're gonna do it with our military." I mean, you can call it a border dispute. I don't have a problem calling it that. Yeah, Ukraine promised to allow that area to vote on their own future, but they never went through with that promise. Instead, there was a civil war going on here for 8 years. Again, this is not the main reason why Russia went into Ukraine, but it's a serious reason. I think the whole NATO problem pissed them off even more, but it was a legit reason that Ukraine could have avoided. There were two main reasons. One, NATO, and two, NATO putting their weapons in Ukraine too close to Russian border, and two, the Donbass. The Donbass is the combination of Lugansk and Donetsk. This area was supposed to have autonomy. They were supposed to be either an independent nation or join Russia if they want to. That's what Ukraine promised in the Minsk agreement, but they never went through with it. And now we know that they didn't go through with it on purpose. And the reason was to build out a Ukrainian army. Merkel said this. Like all of this is all like all this truth is going to come to light eventually. You know, people just don't want to read the right sources of information. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Talk to you all on the next one.